How's it going, everybody? It has been a minute. I hope doing well. Good to see you here, Shovel. Good to see you here, Coffee. And good to see you here, Karen. Good to see you here, too. I hope you all had a good weekend and a good Monday and got to enjoy your time. You missed nothing, Endo. I literally just started speaking. So, good timing on you. I'm hoping today I can finish this night. It's really only doing... All I have left is painting black for the trim and everything. And then I gotta do the little flag and some decal stuff, I think. I don't really want to do too much on the decal because I don't want to ruin the paint job with like a badly drawn image, but we're gonna do what we can. I might even spend a little bit of extra time fixing some things here and there. But enough looking at the starting screen. Let's actually move over to here. Oh, let me get this fixed. There. That looks better. So yeah, I think left for trim, just the big guns, and I'm gonna start doing some metallic stuff because I got paint in a few spots I don't really need it to be. And I'm thinking I want to add extra color to like parts of the guns here and there. I realized my other night it was just silver on a lot of it, and that I don't know if I like that so much. But, yeah. Anyway. How are all of y'all? Let's say I am good. Had a busy weekend. I'm trying to think on where to start. I guess I'll start with my Saturday. I took these nights... The music's very loud. Okay, hold on. Is that better? Hoping that's better. Okay. Maybe I need to turn my volume back up. I did turn down myself at one point when I was chatting with someone because I wanted too loud. But let me boost it back up to where I was before. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that's better. Turn up Mouse's mic. Okay, I will do so. Okay, is that better? I'm hoping that's better. I finally listened back to some of my audio and I realized how loud I actually was. And I tried to make it so I wasn't as loud, but yeah. Well, you're not feeling well, Pain. I'm sorry to hear that. You think you caught a little sickness being out and about this weekend? That does happen. I was working on this one. Good stuff. So. Where was I in my whole little thing? I'm almost out black. Oof. Saturday, I did a Warhammer tournament. Or I went to a Warhammer tournament. Ah. Yeah, no, that's very common for a Well, I hope you feel better soon. It's a time for a Swampcraft therapy. God, it's up. If you guys want to give each other a therapy session, you go for it. Let's see, where was I? What's up, Eternal? Good to see you here. So yeah, I brought my knights to a local tournament, and I did talk about it in the Discord, but I'll talk about it here. I lost all my games. My first opponent was a person I played against before. He's a really good player, at least like in our local group. He does team stuff. He goes to all the tournaments in the area. At least I think he does. I think they travel like to the East Coast as well for some of the tournaments. I don't know where he stands like around here all the time, but he's taught me a couple things here. Yeah. His main army I've seen him use has been Tau. And he was my very first opponent, and I just knew once I got to the table, I looked up, I saw it, and I'm like, oh, I already know how this is gonna go. Well, I'll try to have a good game either way. And I tell you what, it went almost, well, I didn't go, I couldn't predict everything that was gonna happen, but it definitely went how I expected. Because I knew he was playing Tau, I was being cautious, like, he can shoot me off the board, he's just going to kill me right up. I was being a little bit cautious. He was playing Priority Asset, I played Purge the entire tournament, and I kept walking, like, 2 knights out into the open each turn, and he just kept blasting them off the board. And I should not have done that. He told me at the end, like, you actually should have been doing this. Like, I wish my guys had Loan Up. Actually, no, nothing I have has Loan Up. Yeah, I honestly did need to fully commit, like, everything in the beginning. Either, like, let him come out first turn or be aggressive. That was actually part of the conversation. Like, I should have been the aggressive one because he is a range guy. He's not good at melee. He's just going to shoot me off the board. I'm doing well. Good roasted dinner. I hope you are doing well. Let's see. But yeah, I finished. So it was like it's 3 hour rounds. Wait, what? Oh, coffee. Today is my B-day, so I've been relaxing. Had an awesome time during Dark Pack stream. One person gave me their win from one of the giveaways Dark did today. One person gave me a new Orc War Tank. Oh, nice! Well, happy birthday. Sounds like you're enjoying it so far. But yeah, our game finished a whole hour before the first round was over. So I got to chill for like an hour and a half. Just, I'm glad I brought a book. I read a little bit of my book and grabbed lunch from a nearby place and looked at some of the other tables and hung out for a bit. It was a good time all around. And then second round came around. Ando, I'm a very bad player. And when I said I lost 2 knights a turn because I kept walking 2 knights up each time, I kept walking 2 knights up each at a time. Like, yes. Yes, it was bad. When I said I looked and I knew who I was playing, I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose this already. I knew that was going to be the case. I think he was one of like the... There was 3 people that went undefeated the entire game, and he was one of them. So, but it was fun. He did teach me some more stuff here and there. Good information that I told him hopefully I retain all of it and go through from there. It was kind of good in the sense that he was my first opponent because I knew I wasn't going to like reach top 10 or anything. I wanted to walk away with a win was my goal. I wanted to walk away with a win. That did not happen. I came close in my second game. My second game I could have won if I played... There was 2 things I think I could have done to change things up. So my second game was against a Tyranid player, really nice guy, awesome painted models. I posted them in like the war photo part of the Discord. They were so beautiful. I think he was going for like Leviathan, then he added a little like star, like little stars on them and stuff. They look like little galaxies. It was like beautiful. So we set up and I'm like, okay, he's doing take and hold and I'm doing purge. I'm like, I played into take and hold before with this list. I know the main thing I gotta do is just sit on these objectives and stop him from scoring. And I need to do that. And I got close. I knew number 1 threat was going to be his Norn emissary, because when it sits on an objective that he chooses, it goes from like whatever OC it is to begin with to like 15 OC. And I needed to take that turn 1. First turn, I was able to kill a whole squad of Hive Guard and a Swarm Lord. But I wasn't able to put any shooting into the Norn. I had like 1 gun left and I'm like, do I full commit into killing this squad? Do I save some shooting to go into the Norn and try and do something? I decided, you know what, it's better to be safe than sorry and full kill the squad. I know I'm missing chat, and I will catch up on you guys in a moment. So from there, we go to turn 2, and I sent 3 night worth of shooting. I skipped something in deployment. He goes first. So before anything, like before I even have my turn, he gets everything to the board. I placed an armiger in a really kind of stupid spot. The type of map we played on, it's kind of similar to like the way this looks. Like there's the circle, which is the center, and then we have our deployments, and we're like in the corners. I put an armiger like right in the front to be like, you know what? If I go first, I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna need his extra shooting and stuff to deal with some of these monsters, all that stuff. He goes first and he blasts that armiger off the board turn 1, and I'm like, no, I knew. Like losing that, I think cost me killing so much more stuff early on. And it wasn't like the range armiger, it was the melt up armiger with the chainsword and stuff. The melee one. And I'm like, I needed him. So, yeah, he kills that turn 1. Then I destroy the Swarm Lord and the Hive Guard. And then I almost kill the Norn. It gets down to 3 wounds. And he's running, like, Assimilation Swarm. He's able to heal up his models and stuff. And I think he did run the Norn detachment as well. Because the thing ate a lot of shots. It took 3 nights worth of shooting. I shot it with a Paladin, a Warden, and the Crusader, which is what I'm working on here. And I should have switched where the Paladin and the Crusader were. Because again, the Norn was sitting right there. And, okay, yes, Tyrant Guard. If I switch, I would have been comfortable doing a charge, but I had the Crusader in front, and I'm like, I'm not going to kill it with the charging, all that stuff. What I didn't realize is that I have a stratagem in the attachment I'm running for the Knights that gives, like, Titanic Feet and stuff, so actually makes Titanic Feet good. So I could have tried charging with the Knight and then finish off the Norn and stopped him from scoring. So it went good. We played that one all the way through, though. There was a point where I fully stopped him from scoring, and honestly, I didn't really protect one of my flanks too much, and my sisters got harassed by, like, a big ass bug. So yeah, it was a good game. Definitely play him again. And we both agreed, like, it was anyone's game. It is a... Yeah, it was so close. It was anyone's game on the way away. If I just, like, paid attention to some stuff here and there, or placed the models better, I still think I could come away with a win. But it's fine. These are mistakes that I need to remember, and that for the next time that I play a game and I get into this type of situation, or the next time I play, I'm like, okay, I need to care about these things. Which is, like, the fun part about the game. My last game, I played into Orcs, and I'm like, cool, it's a bunch of infantry, I'm gonna blast them off the board, it'll be fun. And they were running Take It Hold as well. No, they were running a squad of Orcs that love fighting monsters and stuff like that, and just demolished my Knights so quick. I was like, well, I'm not walking away with a win, I'm at the bottom of the board, let's just play this out. I feel bad for my opponents midway through the games, because I can get very depressed during my games very easily. I'm catching myself when I do it. Every time I do it, I catch myself and I'm like, hey, let's stop being negative, stop being sad, and play this out. It's no fun being in this mindset. And I'm glad I did, because I actually did technically walk away with a win. The store gives out... The store does give out prizes for the people that went undefeated, person that's best painted, and best sport. I got best sport, which you get best sport by, like, writing down who your, like, favorite opponent was, or, like, who was your best opponent, stuff like that. Which means either 2 of my opponents wrote down me, or all 3 of my opponents wrote down me, or some other people also wrote down my name for, like, best sport and all that. So now I have some store credit that I'm going to use this weekend to probably buy myself a knight that I do want, and grow the knight army more. As much as I do want a Castellan, I really want a Desier. I want a Desier knight so bad. Like, that's the knight that I would use for myself if I was a actual, like, pilot for a night. It looks so cool. Anyway. I ignored you guys long enough. What have I missed? Yes. Okay, good. You said I'm doing good. Somehow I survived a strength 18 weapon, 6 guaranteed damage, d6 plus into it, and then I survived a fight with a Norn emissary and took 1 wound. Damn! That is good. You then proceed to murder the emissary with devastating wounds. Nice. And Hank says, I need to get my night haunt done. It is less than 2 weeks left. I have 2 characters, Black Coach base, 19 infantry, and half my spiels of 3 buildings. Okay. Angel, please don't flip the table. Don't do that. Hank says, last event I was in, you played 2 Norns and a 1K point game. That is evil. 2 Norns and a 1-point-K game? Evil. Evil. Paint, you are being the true world eater or corn player right there. You want me to do a warlord tie-in at like 5K subs? No. No, I'm not doing it 5K. No, I'm not doing a Warhound either. I know what I'm buying to proxy as a, like, Titan. But no, I'm not buying one. Eldar are fast. I try not to hate any army in 40K, or at least in general, I try not to hate any faction, any army. Eldar and Tal make it really hard not to hate them. Is it cheap paint? Because the one I'm thinking of only costs me like 1 paycheck. And I think would be a lot cooler to sit on my shelf. But I don't need to do a tie-in. You know what? I've never played against Dark Eldar, so I don't know how you guys are. I'm starting to hate regular Eldar. And it's more just one player. I played against one person. The Legion Imperial. Oh, is that like the little tiny like Titans that you play on the board? Like the really like small miniature stuff. How's it going? How's it going, Jake? I'm painting it. That's what I'm doing. Your white girl bangers. No, it's been a minute since you've been here, bud. I hope you're doing well. I never left. Oh, well, it's been a while since we've seen your icon. Take my hand. Keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants, Paint. What's the series, Ando? Okay. I'm the weird one. You know, I will admit, there are a few of you that... Okay. I'm not sure how to word this. How's it going, Benny? Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. There's a few of you that I kind of, like... fear appearing in a stream when I am, or if I ever collab with anybody. Like, I fear France saying, like, mouse milk, and, like, that's the most tamest thing here. I am doing good, Manny. I've been doing many things. No, I don't fear... Do I fear you, Ando? No. No. Well, I don't fear you. I do feel like I need to warn people about when you start spamming biomass. Don't worry, Swamp, they won't be disturbed. Yeah, I know, and I feel like I have to warn people if I do. Actually, Jake, you are one of the people I do fear. Because I know, like, deep down you're all really good people and you're all, like, really awesome. But we're on the internet and we kind of say whatever we want and get away with it. I also fear Jake. We're in the same boat, Ando. Do it for the bit? Do what for the bit? It's called the internet. It is called, yes. The internet is a wonderful and magical place. Then go get some food, Manny. There should be some food in the fridge, I think. Just to be aware, the animatronic chatters here do get a bit quirky at night. You don't get any food? Well, I don't know what to do for you there, bud. I can't control you like the little sim avatar and make you go to the fridge and try to get food. I should do this later and focus on what I want to get done. Yo, how is Table? Has anyone seen Table in like a little bit? Ando and Jake, I'm gonna call you both out for swearing. Can we please not do that? No, I don't play Blood Bowl. I'd be interested in trying it like once, but it's not like it's not been a thing I've like gone on my way to go and do. I feel like Jake is getting a pretty good description on some people here in chat, at least for the stream. Minnie says, I have played it a few times, it's really fun. You're trying to decide a team. Isn't like all the teams pretty much just like fantasy or Age of Sigmar based models? Well, not like models, but like they're based off of fantasy. Like, there's a Skaven one, Seraphon, I think Human, I don't know all the rest of them. I know there's an Eldar one. Is the Bretonnia one just them on horses? No, that's way too OP. How's it going, HN? You just got the Eye of Terror box. Nice. I kind of need a refresher on which box that is. So hold on. I'm to address what Paint said. You start acting like a baby. I'm also gonna look at the Eye of Terror box. I'm curious. Oh, it was like, oh, the Eye of Terror was oh yeah, it was those big boxes. There was like one with the knights and stuff like that. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's also when like the Iron Warriors carried him. I still want that guy. I want to get that guy. Oh, lucky you! Lucky you with the night box. I was told by a night player, because I've been playing nights recently, that like if I can find that box, get it, because it is a good deal. Like the Castellan and then the two Armigers. Ando, I feel bad for you. That sounds like pain. No. Okay. You're just fully aware of your actions, pain. Oh, fair enough. I mean, if you were an actual baby, I'd be very surprised. Like, you're able to type and stuff on chat. No stuff of the Wrath of the E-Girl. Yeah. I am like building a list of I do want to play, like, I understand that with 11th, they changed they say that the terrain layouts are meant to be more narrative and all that stuff. On whatever that fully means. End of the day, I think it's cool to be able to play on all these different layouts and kind of run like a certain style of game that you want to do. I want to actually make a narrative game and play that with a buddy. Like, I kind of want to do a take and hold mission where, like, okay, we both have a disposition, but one of us has a unit that they have to defend and make sure it doesn't die the entire game. And then the other one's goal is to kill that unit in order to, like, score an extra, I don't know how many points. That just sounds like Twitch plays Pokemon, but worse. Actually, no, here's the other problem. If I let you guys play, like, my games, I think I'm going to start winning games. And that's the problem, is that I'm not supposed to win games. Let me introduce you to Solitaire. No, I'm okay. I'm gonna go back to something Payne said. If the right girl swept me off my feet, I will be her baby. I'm just gonna let those words sit there out in the open. Jesus Christ. That's not funny. You know, there's days where I think I want to give you guys, like, the ability to, like, throw things at my little character on screen, stuff like that. And then we get people like Jake in chat, and they just reinsert why I should not do that. You smoke against the lasgun fire. The thing is, like, one lasgun is going to go through. And it's going to damage the knight. And then from there, the knight is just going to go down so quick. I am currently playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm playing it with some friends. And I am playing it solo as well. I don't know how I feel about you guys directing me while playing it. I do have a game that I want to play that I think you guys would find entertaining. Or another one is Dispatch. We play Dispatch and you guys tell me what to do. Ugh. Are there other PNG, like... Well, okay, I say that, and then I just thought of, I can't remember his name. I know his name, but he's a goblin on, YouTube, but he's British. And he's way too high above me. No, Paul has a VTuber model. He's got a... like, his little PNG guy is also Shagrock. Yeah, Shagrock. I got nothing against British people, nothing wrong with them. I know with the way I said it, it did not come off good whatsoever. Honestly, I'm not really sure, like... There are... I know there's people out there, like, around my size that probably could branch out and do some networking with, but I'm not sure how to go about that. That is not true. The British people are not what the French are to you. You know, at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the British and French, I don't think I'd be here. I mean, I guess, yeah. Like a little friendly email is probably the best way of doing it. I get in my head about that stuff so much. Like, I don't feel... At the end of the day, I don't feel worthy to, like, reach out to anyone and interact with them. Like, that's what it is at the end of the day. Why am I getting advice from you guys? I just realized that. I make it sound like a bad thing. You guys do have good advice. It is a thing for me at the end of the day. But I read Jake's stuff and I'm like... It starts off good and then eh. We need that line stream. So you do want me to stop quitting. You do want me to quit YouTube. You admitting you want the line stream, it means you want me off YouTube. Because for those that don't know, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will paint Lionel Johnson on stream. And after that, I completely disappear off YouTube. You know what? Fair enough, Ando. You got your priorities straight. How's it going, Mike? You just posted on Discord your second attempt at painting. Still don't have Warhammer, but your son let you paint the zombie figures. Nice. Paint. Because we are a collective, because we as a collective have not one brain cell or two brain cells, but an entire brain collective, but it is connected so that it's like, it's like split personality disorder. It took me a second to realize that. I am doing good, Mike. I hope you're doing well. I'll have to check out what you posted in a little bit. That's the other thing with collabs. It's like, I feel like if I do a collab and I talk to you guys, I'm going to sound, one, rude to the person I'm collabing with, and also sound crazy. But we will see what happens. crazy perfect. No. I don't like being rude or crazy. Because it's neither one of those things. Well, I'm not either one of those things. I mean, there are, and you guys are welcome to go and watch them. I'm not holding you guys hostage. I should probably... okay. I kind of realized that things have been stagnant here on the channel for a little bit. I will get to Payne's comment in a moment, but I realize things have been kind of stagnant here on the channel. I should, at some point, multi-stream on the Twitch. I feel like that's also like a good way to reach out or find other people of similar interest. And also probably give you guys, like, some more friends. You want to see a me x Neuro hypocritical wargaming collab? Who is that? Ando, are you gonna make me do a side quest? I don't want to do a side quest right now. I think Mike is true on that statement. Now, I'm thinking about it. There is a point when a person is considered crazy, but yeah. Mishmash would be an interesting one. I can't remember how, but I know Mishmash like inspired my outro saying. The whole go out there and make something awesome, I know you will. I got inspired by like one of his videos to come up with my own. I'm way too... You're giving suggestions to channels that are way bigger than mine. I am nowhere near possible. Well, I understand you might have friends, Paint, but I'm saying you guys as chat need friends. Listen, we can talk to each other here on YouTube all we want. That is a busy life there, Mike. Okay, I'm assuming it's a busy life. I don't know your life. Maybe you guys got it handled pretty well. All good, Eternal. The VTuber idea from a while back? What, making a VTuber model? Like, eventually I might do that. I'm also happy being, you know, the PNG self that I am. Oh, I spent like 4 hours last night coming up with a, like, stream schedule, like, actually making the art for it. I made 2 different designs, and then I didn't like any of them, and I said F it, and then I made the one that you all see today. The little notebook one. I made one that I tried to have one of those, like, safety work posters, but my little guy, like, vandalized it and turned it into his own little thing. I still have the art. I wasn't happy with it. You do, and I have it saved to this computer somewhere. Mike, watch a language. I just feel like I need to catch it now. I've been a lot more lax in the past about swearing, and I need to catch it now. All good. I should have, like, one of those things where, like, you join chat, and it says, this is a 18+ stream, but these are the rules that you have to follow. Like, I gotta set up some of that stuff at some point. Did it cost you $30? Listen, Jake, I know we're not PG-13. I'm just trying to keep it somewhat under control. Nah, you're good. I mean, I've sworn before. Other people have too. I'm just trying to call out it. Because if I let everyone do it, and then I get flagged and stuff like that, then I'm no longer on here, and then we got no content anymore. And there's only one reason that I will disappear. And I've told you guys it already. Was it $100 worth of filament? My first guess was like 100, but I'm like, I'm gonna do 30 just in case. People swear all the time. You guys say fan. 50. The number 50 did pop my head too, but I'm like, oh. Yeah, 50 is not bad. 50 is, like, not bad for, like, filming and all that stuff. Hello, Rory. How are you, buddy? Oh. Hi, bud. Oh, that's not a bad idea. What if we did have a swear jar? You donate $1, you're allowed, like... I'm gonna be careful with what I say. I'm afraid to kind of word it out fully, because if I say it I can feel it backfiring on me very, very quick. What if it's like a stream alert? You'd be like, oh, this person donated $1, and then like it just said like I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably wouldn't work out the way I'm thinking it would work out. Oh, I forgot to mention another thing that I did this weekend. For, if you guys want to hear that. So, I am not a very athletic or sporty person. I do have an interest on trying a sport. And I finally took the time to actually meet up with a group that does it. The sport is called Bruhurt. Spelled Buhurt. I met up with them on Sunday, and I joined their open practice and got to do a little bit of practice with like soft kit. And soft kit is like, obviously as it says, or as the name implies, like soft material that you can be hit with. So we all like strapped on shields, helmets, all that stuff. Nah, Pate, it's spelled like this. But what the? Why did it change my own message to be like what it said? It's something I want to try for a bit. So yeah, I joined up and I'm still sore. And that was Sunday when I did it. I got my butt kicked, but I learned a bit. I need to practice some of the stuff. Yeah, I think that's how it's spelled, right? Let me just double check the wording. Yeah, Buhurt is a modern full combat sport where fighters wear custom-built steel armor and use blunt medieval weapons like swords, axes, polearms to tackle and strike opposing teams in enclosed arenas. Take a second and actually like, I would recommend like looking it up and seeing what it looks like. It is intense stuff. Oh, that's just Midsummer Fun. Yeah, fully. I think it's bigger over in Europe than it is here in the US, but there is like people in the US do it, but people that do it in like Europe have a whole kind of history when it comes with it, because obviously you guys had the Middle Ages, we did not, but still doesn't mean there isn't like a national American team that like takes part. So yeah, that was my Sunday. I got to learn some basics. I'm gonna do that again this Sunday. So when I say I'm gonna go stop mouse, I am gonna go wear protective gear and get myself beat up by a bunch of other people. And also stop Mouse from whatever he's doing, because Mouse keeps trying to eat Sunday. And it's getting really hard to stop Mouse when I don't have any training. I've wanted to join that group in practice for like 2.5 years, so I'm really glad I finally took the time to do it. I've been making excuses or reasons not to, and they're all good people. I've seen them like participate at a local Ren fair for like the past couple years too. So yeah. Paint. My Sunday was walking across a city, basking in the sun, and turtling for 9 hours via bus. Ooh. I freaking hope not. I'm not gonna join in on like actual like combat for a while. Like they did say like they do like it was said by one of them that it's usually about like 6 months is what they would say the soonest is for someone to like take part in the actual sport itself. I think I don't know what I want to get out of it. I know I want to have fun and be healthier in the end with it. I don't know what I also want to use like for a weapon as well. When I first joined, I used Sword and Shield, but that's just because I wanted to use Longsword in the beginning, but all the Longswords were taken, so I did Sword and Shield, and I learned some of the basics there, but I don't have a lot of interest with it. I think I'm going to end up using an axe, if anything. It feels more natural. I don't think you can use a flail. But a flail would be definitely interesting. I think like an axe is just a general like. Yeah. Yes, I was. I was saying earlier there's a sport called Buhr, spelled B-U-H-R. So I joined an open practice that uses soft kit stuff. That means like they wear padded armor, gloves, helmets, and all the stuff they're using is like a foam thing, or like foam. Yeah, what Ando typed out. I don't know if it shows up on stream. It just showed like a Chinese character and then like stream. But when I hope over it on my end, it says what it actually was sent. But yeah, for like 2 years I've wanted to join this group and take part in practice because it looks really freaking cool. So I finally did, and I'm glad I did. I will join them again this Sunday, get the basics down, but like I was saying, I used Sword and Shield. A lot of the motions I was doing, it felt awkward. I was going to in the beginning, but I'm like, I want something that feels more natural to what I already do or what I can do. And it feels like the axe is like that, and what they used, they didn't hit anyone with these, but what they used as, like, to hit with the training dummy was, like, a pickaxe handle. So the ones that are, like, well, obviously with a pickaxe, it's got a wider tip, and then it's narrow along the bottom. Yeah, one thing I caught myself doing a lot with the sword, and when I sparred with a buddy, like, doing stuff, is I'm prone to poking someone when I see an opening, and you don't do that in this sport, and I need to, like, make sure I kind of want to train myself first to not do that. So that's also why I'm switching to something that I really can't poke with. Good night, Paint. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I don't know what the rules are and what you can and what you can't use for stuff. I gotta look into it, but I meant to today. I didn't work out or practice any of my general moves I need to do, but I'm going to keep working on my generic health and get these muscles used to doing this stuff, and then going forward from there. Yeah, it is for fencing, and like in this sport, they are wearing armor. They're not going to feel it, or like it's going to hit a gap and hit something that you don't really want to hit. So like HEMA is more, I think, like what the books were meant to be, like for dueling and stuff like that. It's like historical fencing. I don't know the full word for it, but yeah, I just know it's called HEMA. But I think like what I was doing is more close to what actual on the battlefield would be like. So yeah, had a fun weekend at the end of the day. I actually got to use my gambeson that I bought a while ago during practice, which was really cool. I got complimented on it while at practice by some of the other people. They're like, oh, like, where'd you get it? Is that yours? I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, oh, that's dope. And I'm like, thank you. I finally get to use it. Like, for its intended purpose. And for those that don't know, a gambeson is padded armor. You wear that underneath your plate and chainmail and everything. It's meant to like help absorb the blow and also what your armor attaches to. It's either the gambeson or the arming jacket that you would wear. So, but I am learning a lot on some of the basics and trying to just figure out how to practice on my own. So, again, yeah, that was my weekend. I do kind of chuckle that I've been playing 40k nights, and I went off to go and pretend and train as a knight. I had a very night-themed weekend, I guess. Excuse me. Oh. I'm taking a look in the Discord and seeing what Mike sent earlier. I just read Paint's message before he left earlier. Yeah, I've been trying to go on for like runs and stuff like that when I get a chance to build up stamina and stuff, and you know, just help my health in general. So it does help when you have a dog and he needs to go run and stuff, and you can just go running through the woods. Cool. So, almost done with all the black trim. I got this little bit left, and then I'm going to move over to the metallics and fix up some stuff. I really want to kind of be done with this guy tonight. I don't think we will be. I'll definitely work on the Space Marine list again this week because it's scheduled, but maybe Saturday I work on this guy late at night, or we do something else. Not fully sure. Not fully sure. I do want to start gluing on the pieces I need to. A 4-hour stream? No. No, I got work in the morning, and I've been up late, like, the past couple nights. I was up until midnight last night trying to do the schedule. I wasted so much time doing that. I'm not even fully done with what I wanted to do for the schedule. I know a lot of you guys are American and all that stuff, but Saturday we are doing a very late night stream. Because my day's kind of busy. If I'm back here by 7, I'll do a 7 to midnight stream. How about that? That's on Saturday. How did I stay up until midnight working on the schedule? Okay. So, I spent 3 hours drawing one image. Didn't like how it turned out. Tried to make something simple. Didn't like how it looked out. Sent a message to the Discord to make you guys decide which one you liked. Realized I was stupid. Deleted it. Looked through all my images, so I'm like, oh yeah, I tried to do this, and recreated something I did before. But yeah, we will see if I am back by 7. I might even do 8 to midnight. I'm putting... There's a reason why I did... Oh yeah. I still might keep it 10, because I think we are going to do a 10 o'clock stream next week at some point. I got something in the works for you guys, and it has to be done late at night. But other than that... I don't want to go into any more detail with it about what I have kind of cooked up until I get all the kinks worked out and some extra things done here and there. I'll say the reason why I'm choosing to do a Saturday is because I can do a late night Saturday and then sleep in Sunday and not have to be anywhere the next day. Because I will be dead. I've gotten to that point in my life where, like, I stay up too late and I'm not functional the next day. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. I can try and bring it closer for you guys to see if you need to see it better. Can this fit on my finger like that? Nope, that likes to fall right off, huh? Yeah, it likes to fit on the pinky better. And I think this will be pretty good. We have to do a few layers of this gold, I think. Are you trying to do another, like, big piece, like how you did the Necron, or are you going into the kill team stuff? Ah, okay. You're thinking kill team. Ooh, what about a Necron kill team? Something that could kind of go with the Void Dragon. Maybe a big unit? Okay. Buy yourself some armigers. Get yourself the Imperial Knight, like, armature stuff. I didn't realize you had a bunch of Necrons. You said before you don't play the game, so I just assumed you don't play Necrons. You don't have the kill team, so they would just kind of sit there, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, how about a Warhound Titan? And if that's too big... Ah, you were thinking Primarch. Okay, well, I'm thinking Knight, but... Ooh, do a Mortarion. Yes, you heard me, a Warhound. But, why not do Mortarion? I think you could do a really good, like, Mortarion from... I think you could do some non-metallic metal, but I think you could do some really good color blending. Either Mortarion or Magnus. If you do Magnus, you gotta do some, like, trippy color stuff. You know, I'll be honest, I think I want to buy a Mortarion model. But I want to convert it and make him look like a Night Lord's style Primarch. But I want to make him more look like Kurz, but not be Kurz, if that makes sense. Oh, a Lancer? A Lancer would be cool. That is expensive. I think it's like $215 for just one of those models. Okay. Because Ando's not here. And I think it's just you and me, Eternal. After 1,000, should we make Mortarion? Okay. I'm tempted to do a Knight for 500 or a Knight for 500. What if at 2K we did Mortarion? And we just don't tell anyone. It's 180 in the rainforest? In the rainforest. I have looked at some of the Death Guard models, and I'm like, I don't like the Death Guard aesthetic, but I like the way your models look. I think that would be... Yeah. Because I've looked at some of like the specialty Terminators for Death Guard, and I'm like, I think that could look like a really good Iron Warriors if I did it right. Or like an Iron Warrior style, but yeah. So there, but let's just keep that between us, Eternal. I think the gold actually looks good with the purple. So now I'm gonna have to do the line really good. Just to be ready for another one of his brothers. Are you actually going to play this? Okay, Eternal. Here's my question. Are you actually going to play the game, or do you just want it to sit on your shelf? Well then, my question... Okay, you're thinking of a display piece. And then I feel like if you're just doing display, it should be like models that you find really good, like looking, I guess sculpt-wise, so that you can enjoy them as display. If you're going to play with them, then it should be a faction that you actually enjoy and want to use on the table, and then like you can admire them, but then you're like, okay, I want to play. It's with a faction that you actually have like some major interest in. Does that make sense? The Drukhari one, the new one or the old one? Ooh, okay, okay. I see, I see. I think that's a good one, yeah, because they got... Does that have a bunch of racks in it? And has those, like, homunculus? I don't know what else they have, but I know they got a lot of fleshy bits. That sounds like a good place to work on your fleshy skill, I guess. Yeah, work on your flesh tone. That's what I'm looking for. Trust me, I know, it's tough. There's so many armies I want to do and so many that I want to try. But I don't have enough time nor resources to actually do them all. like, a lot of it I do want to, like, take, and make into content. But then, like, gets kind of difficult to get around and do there. Which is then why I spend, like, so many streams working on one model. Like, I still gotta finish the Armageddon box. That is a big project. I mean, I'm only doing the Space Marine half, so it's not like a huge project, but still, that's a lot of models. I think I'm all but one intercessor done. Yeah, you should. You should make some painting tutorials. I think you're really good with your non-metallics and stuff like that, so I'd be interested in seeing some of your tutorials on how to do stuff like that. I think another layer of gold, and that will look pretty much perfect. Wish I could move his head around. I think he's gonna sit like that. Where's his? Oh, I see his eyes right there. I gotta do a little bit more purple, I think, on the helmet, just because there's a few little gaps here or there. And I do got to work on the chest at some point as well. I'm learning on like what I should do for my own knight when I build one. Because I do have one solo box I need to build at some point. Why not come up with your own scheme, Eternal? What? First, welcome back. But your parents asked if you were accidental witness to a robbery? Huh. Well, you've piqued my interest. Where was I? I can't remember where I was on my own project. I'm doing the metallics. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I guess someone's trying to steal the local Jesus statue from your place. Let's see. I don't need plate metal. I need gun metal. That's what I need. Needs to be touched up, and this needs to be touched up. I think I have a few bits that are ready to get glued onto the model, which can be exciting. These haven't been glued on since I bought the model, and it'd be really nice to like play a game with all of his like bits put back on. Welcome back, Ando. Excuse me. Wow. I guess I'm more tired than I thought I was. And let's try to get this covered up somewhat nicely. Yeah, I'm not finishing this stream. I already have a feeling I'm not going to. I want to be done with it, this one, but there's just so much stuff. Well, now I don't want to throw washes on it. Sons of the Phoenix. Ooh, I think I have heard of them. I'm pretty sure I have. I think they got similar colors to Emperor's Children before they fell? And they're a Royal Dorn chapter? supposedly. No, they're white armor with purple on one knee and an arm and a shoulder pad. Yeah, there's a like little comic made by a fan on like Gilliman meeting the Sons of the Phoenix. And he's like, it's always good to work with like a Dorn descent, and then they take the helmet off, and the guy looks like Fulgrim, like before he turned into a giant snake dude. I think that's a lot of people's theories out there, Emperor's Children. I'd agree with it too, but I don't know much about them to say or to really weigh in on that. Wasn't also Fulgrim, like, known as the Phoenix as well? Or was that another Primarch? On the music, I'm expecting it to. See, you gonna do it? No, you're not. Nice. I mean, what's your main problem with painting Krieg? Like, what's your issue? Do you just not get the colors right? Are they too dark? I'm like trying to remember your models. I remember seeing them and just they were so like dark looking I couldn't really tell what colors were different. How's it going, Jonah? Welcome to stream. I think Eternal would speed paint them if he wasn't a really big detail player. Detail player? No, detail painter. Yeah, that's what he's a very big perfectionist. I will say, he does make some really good looking models. We've seen some of his work here and there on the channel, but yeah. I am getting some ideas while painting this knight. This guy is going to take a bit because I'm looking at it and I'm seeing like more details I could add on here and there. Yeah, raspberry bush. Yeah. Let's see what I can do here. That kind of depends on what you want to do. I am the person that will throw metallic on a sword and call it good at the end of the day. But I also do power swords as often as I can as well. I say power swords, I more just try to make flaming swords. Excuse me. But yeah, like, what are you looking to kind of do? Yeah, there is always non-metallic metal. That is something Eternal is really good at kind of promoting and doing. Eternal, what if you did your Astra Militarum in non-metallic metal? I don't know, you find the meaning for it. I'm just throwing out a suggestion. Where's my... Actually, maybe does this work? Let's see. Jonah says, I first tried non-metallic metal, which is pretty bad, then tried some TMM, which is kind of worse. I saw a video today. I think it's a happy medium, kind of like a non-metallic metal, but blue heavy. Then add some lightning, which covers up the shoddy blending. I mean, give it a try, see how it works for you. That's all you can really do. It's just keep experimenting and trying and seeing what works. That is, I think, like 95% of this hobby is just experimenting, trying new stuff, and seeing what sticks and what you like. And then just getting better and better, slowly but surely. There. Rust? I mean, I could. Oh, I saw okay. So, I did play against a night player that had some really cool rusted looking knights. Like, they were rusty and they had plants growing on them. I don't know if I ever took a picture of them. Ooh. I think... Yeah, there's a fly flying around here. Let me see. I think it's in working photos. Yeah, in working photos. It's in one of the games I posted. You can see like the very rusted plant-covered knight. They looked so good. Ugh, excuse me. I'd say no Eternal, you probably couldn't, but you can certainly give it a try and see what happens. Okay. Now I got this to do the little metallic stuff on. trying hard not to get any of the silver on the paint job I just did. I wonder what metallic this person used. It's not the same as gunmetal. Gunmetal's a little bit brighter than what they used. Am I done? At least with this, can I do the part I really want to do? And I can do a little bit more metallic, and then I'm going to move over to a different thing I want to try. Yes, I will always recommend practicing freehand on a piece of paper. I gotta do that, at least for this model and stuff. But I'm gonna grab my dry brush that I got. I'm gonna clean off real quick. I'm gonna dip it in the gold, and I'm gonna dry brush a lot of this gold off and put it on the end bits of these guns, because I want to do a bit of a burn effect on both of these. I think it'd be really fun to do a nice little burn effect. What speed, like, is a certain color you're looking for, or you just want my whole list of speed paints I have? No, I do not have a purple speed paint. I do have a purple wash. I'm sure it would look really good on this gold at the end when I'm done, but I don't have it. I just got that wash. I got an idea. Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I want the purple. I mean, I could grab some this weekend. Ooh, nice. I'm gonna have to go back and see your post and stuff and take a look at it. I also have an idea as well for some other burn stuff I can do. Yeah, if you want to. Or you can send it to me personally, whichever one's easier. I might try to do like a layer burn effect on this. So even though this is gold, I'm going to be like, or I want to do the silver, gold, all the way to the like blackish blue burnt color you get here on the end. Almost do like that heated metal look. That's what I'm thinking of. And I thought about adding some white paint and trying to make this look like it's glowing red, like it's powering up for another shot. Which is why I'm like, this might take a little bit longer than I initially thought. And I think I should do stuff like that with these models. So we might be painting this night for a lot longer than initially planned, but that is okay. Honestly, these models should be like centerpiece stuff for me. At the end of the day, like they are very like these models should make a statement when you put them on the table. That's how I feel about knights and everything. Like if I'm putting this thing down, I want it to look good, and I want to make a statement to my opponent. Be like, this is here. Deal with it. And a lot of people can actually match that statement, funny enough. Depending on who you play or what they're using and stuff like that, they can be like, okay, bet. And they could wipe you off the table very fast, or they can or they could just completely outscore you. I've only ever come across like one person that my knight list was like perfectly matched to deal with, funny enough, and I wasn't expecting to actually deal with them that well. I did feel bad. They ran Death Guard, and they brought an all melee list to something that loves the true melee. Like, they brought Poxwalkers, a squad of Plague Marines. Oop, that's too much. I messed that up. And what else did they... I mean... Sweetie, you're fine. You're not... I'm not forcing anyone to be here. I'll say this every time. You guys are fine to show up whenever. I'm not forcing you guys to be here. If you want to be here, you want to be here. If there's somewhere else you want to be somewhere else. I am not holding you guys hostage. he's got an hour. He's got an hour to enjoy himself here. Oh, that is cool. That's kind of what I want to do, Eternal. That is what I want to do. I'm tempted to be your first customer, Eternal. I'm tempted to be the first customer that you have, just so you get it out of the way. But I don't think I can afford a commission piece right now. Okay, well, with that on there, is there anywhere else I kind of want to have heat up? Actually, yeah, there is. Holy crap, there's another spot I want to have heated up. And it's straight up on the back of this model. I'd say work on the piece for the competition that you're a part of. Because that's going to sneak up on you faster than you realize. Oh, interesting. Okay. Do I have any... Yeah, let's get this on there. Now, this will have a very subtle look, I think. All good, Swiggity. And let's put that on real quick. It's not a very bright gold, but I think that will work for what I want. Okay, I know what colors I need to do. Well, I guess I gotta pull out this purple again. Well, depends on the model that I want done. I think if it was a Space Marine average character, okay. So is this a model that I have to already buy and send to you? Or do you have to buy this model as well? Okay. I think Swiggy's kind of close to like... So, if you were to paint like a librarian, I'd say 50 to 70 bucks for a librarian would be where I'm thinking. As if I was to have you paint like an Imperial Knight, that's a $250 paint job right there. Does that kind of like make sense? Like, that's what my brain thinks of for like pricing. I mean, if I'm okay, so you said not to include the price of the model. If we are including the price of the model, for your time in the model, which let's say it's a $195 for the model, add $250 on top, that's an over $400 piece right there. If you're trying your absolute best, then $450 to $500. Here we go. Just there. I'm trying to start that first layer of like burnt metal. I'm looking at an image currently, and we got the base metal, then we got that straw goldish color that then goes to purple, and then it's going to go up to blue to then burnt like black. That's kind of what I'm going to try to do here. I'm trying to make it be thin enough so that the metallic does still show through. And you know, it's another night I also really want to paint, and I think this will be the night that I mean, besides the Desier, which I will be buying and getting, I really want to paint and make a Knight Errant. A Knight Errant is what got me to want to buy a Knight model to begin with. Like, I have another one still sitting in the box. Before they came out with the Defender and all that, it was the Knight Errant on the box, and I wanted that guy as my Imperial Knight to sit on the shelf. I want that to be my first one, and clearly that's not the first one I've made or painted, but I think that will be the first big knight I do. So we got that one, and now it needs to be a blue. What style blue? I do have a blue speed paint. Could I try that as the next one? Because this is a very bright blue. And then go with a black or a black speed paint. I'd be trying some stuff here. Let's get a shake. That's what they're there for. They keep the pest bugs at bay. I know people don't like spiders. I don't blame them. Ooh. Oh wow, that is a very bright blue to add on top of that. Well, now I wish I didn't do this all in that gold and actually left it like a silvery metallic. Shoot. It looks good on the purple. Doesn't look good on the gold. I have to try a few things, but we'll see. We'll see. What's your idea, Eternal? Okay. That is definitely an idea. Not one that I would have, but it's an idea. I don't know if I want to trust you there, Eternal. And then I got the other two talking about Star Wars. No, I'm not going to send you money. I think I'm going to be getting the general look, an idea for what I'm trying to go for. What did you post in Lounge? I guess that is something that they do see. I don't know if this is... maybe it's turning out the way I think. I say just don't gamble. It's not worth it. Diorama? Oh, the art competition piece? I never continued it, if that's what you're asking about. I still have it sitting on the desk, and I think I could work on it next year. Okay. I'm gonna let this dry and then see from there how I feel about it. I saw that he said the word funk. I didn't... That's not a slur. Well... That's not really what I hoped it would look like. What if I tried dry brushing the purple on? Let's see what this does. Okay. Well, I have an idea for next time, but I think I will call it here a little bit early. I'm gonna leave you guys to your gambling talk. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you enjoy the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I try to stream 3 days a week. I do have a stream schedule up this week, but I usually try to do 7 p.m. EST to about 10 p.m. EST, although I will have one stream this week starting at 10 p.m. and going until about midnight EST. But if I get home early, I might start earlier, depending on how I feel and all that stuff. With that also said, if you want to be a part of the community a little bit more, chat with us and anyone else from the community, share your hobby, your models, or whatever you're into, join the Discord. It is completely free to join. It is a creator hobby space. So yes, it's mostly Warhammer stuff there, but eventually I want to get into doing carpentry, wood, metalworking, cosplay, stuff like that eventually. So whatever hobby you have, come join us, share it, and hang out with us. If you also want to support the channel monetarily, I do have a Ko-Fi/Coffee account you can donate to. Everything you donate goes directly back into the channel to buy upgrades or hire an editor for videos or buy supplies for the stream and all that. But with that all being said, you don't have to do any of that. Just having you here, hanging out, being a part of the community is more than enough. I get on here to be a silly goober, hang out with some awesome people, and just pay my models. So, with that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.